I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cassy.
And welcome to
Literally Obsessed.
Welcome to our first episode, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
We're so excited for this. This podcast has been coming along for quite a while now, and now we're finally jumping into it.
We're finally here.
We're finally here. Okay, so should we introduce us?
I think so.
Okay, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay, so everybody, my name is Brittany.
Woo.
Woo. We wanted to share a little bit about how we got into reading and why we are here making a book podcast. For me, I think that my journey with reading started when I was pretty young. I remember being super obsessed with reading, and I would read like a book a day. Granted, they were children's books, so it wasn't anything crazy.
Real.
But I would read like a book a day. I don't know if you ever did the library, like the summer reading programs where you would get prizes for reading.
I would do Scholastic Book Fair, and I would only get like
love the Scholastic Book Fair.
It was good.
Never afford the fancy stuff.
The fancy kind.
But at my local library, they would do a little summer reading program, and you would read and have your parents sign off on it, and then you would get like prizes.
Oh,
so it encouraged you to read.
More fun than anything I've ever done.
So I would spend all of my summers doing that. I loved reading. Then I can remember being in like middle school, and like Twilight came out and the Hunger Games, and I was super obsessed with all of that. So I was a big reader. Then I would say around high school, I just like fully dropped off the grid.
Real. No, I think that like we were reading too many other books in high school. Yeah. And too many other stuff going on.
It really made me hate reading.
Yeah.
So fully just stopped. And then I would say about a year ago, it was like blowing up on TikTok, and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to read. Maybe it's time I gave it a chance. Didn't read a self-help book and read a
real
romance.
Book.
Yeah. So then I ended up getting a Kindle, and that was truly a game changer for me. And
shout out to the Kindle readers.
Shout out to you.
You guys, we are one. Truly.
Truly. So yeah, ever since then I just like read every single day now. I'm obsessed with it.
No, it's so true. Mine is like, I wasn't a big reader growing up. I wasn't that big, but I did read a couple books here and there. But coming back into like reading was through Fourth Wing, which is going to be the book that we're talking about, and through the Kindle. So Brittany so graciously, Brittany and John, shout out to them, gave me their Kindle. And I don't know what it is, but something about the technology and like holding it, it's so portable, really made it like so good. I loved it. So that really got me back into reading. But we're really into fantasy fiction right now, but we're very much open to other genres.
Love a good romance.
Thrillers.
Yeah.
Never really read a thriller before.
Thrillers are fun.
But I think there's like the Colleen Hoover one. Is that a thriller?
Yeah, Verity is. So Colleen Hoover is a little bit controversial.
A little bit
in the book
I heard
community.
About that, yeah.
You know, here's my 2-second rant on it. I don't think that she's an amazing author. Unless she's listening. Hi. But I just feel like she's not an amazing author, but like sometimes you just want to read like a quick little romance, something that's very obviously not realistic.
Yeah, you wanted to get it away from your real crazy life. Yeah.
And I feel like her books are very easy to read. The chapters are really short. You know, even though the writing is not the best, it's just like a fun story.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it, and I enjoyed Verity a lot.
That's the book I feel like everyone kind of excuses Colleen Hoover for. Is that how you say her name? Colleen Hoover?
Colleen Hoover, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is the one book I've heard that people say redeems a lot of her other books. Again, if you're listening to this, Colleen, heart you.
Love you.
Love you. But I've been really wanting to get into like thrillers. I don't know about like sci-fi. I don't know about that just yet, but I'm not going to knock it till I try it.
Yeah.
So, but we are very much open to other genres. So any recommendations, let us know.
Yeah.
But primarily for the first part of our podcast in our series, we're going to do some fantasy fiction. First, starting up with Fourth Wing.
Of course.
The holy Bible to us and a lot of book talk.
Yeah. I think Fourth Wing actually was a big reason why we wanted to start the podcast.
Truly.
Because it's all we can ever talk about, and we thought it would be super fun to just kind of have like a little book club where we could talk about it with other people.
And it, like, truly, if you were to scroll through Brittany and I's text messages when I was reading it, because Brittany read it first.
Yes.
She read it first, like, last year when it came out.
I read it in like the late summer.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say around like August, probably August, September. I read it
because then Iron Flame came out November, and I kind of read it Fourth Wing in November era. I think it was right when Iron Flame dropped.
I think
something along that. So I wasn't too far from everything.
Yes.
So, but it got us back into reading, and our text messages were like so chaotic, and so they were.
I've read it twice now, both of them. Big fan.
We're probably gonna reread it again.
Probably a third time for our episodes.
Yeah, and it's just such a good book. We talked about it like nonstop, 24/7. I would text her at like 2 or 3 in the morning of like where I was in the book. So why not make it a podcast?
Yeah,
of us talking about it. So that's what we're trying to do here. So should we go into a little bit of what this is gonna look like?
Yes.
How fun.
Okay, so obviously our first book that we are starting out with is going to be Fourth Wing. Right now we are looking at doing about 10 episodes per Right now we're looking about doing about
Words are hard. It's okay.
Right now we're looking at doing about 10 chapters per episode. So, we'll be doing about 10 chapters, and it's going to be about 4 chapters. Oh my gosh.
4 episodes.
4 episodes for this
broken
first
up
book.
For the first book of Fourth Wing. One more time. We are doing 4 episodes, 10 chapters each of Fourth Wing. Depending on how big the book is, Iron Flame's a little bigger, so might have to do another little episode for that. And each book has, especially between like this series, it's the Empyrean series, if anyone's not aware. Only 2 books are out currently, so hopefully very soon we'll get the 3rd one.
Come on, Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Please.
I'm literally staring at you right now. Girl.
Help us out, girl.
Please. I know you're a Swiftie, and I love to see those Instagram posts, but girl, I'm going to need you to like wrap it up and let's start writing. Peace and love. That's all I'll say. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. So as that book comes out, we're going to be going into different books. So we'll probably go into the ACOTAR series next, which is something I'm currently reading. And then we'll just kind of go from there of what books we're doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of like what our segments are going to be, though, has just a lot to do with maybe the book and like different elements of the book. Since we're doing fantasy fiction, there's a lot of like world building in these books. There's a lot of mythical creatures, and there is a lot of sexually explicit content.
Yes.
So just to let you know, readers, this is a 18 and up podcast.
Rated R
podcast. So please go on with discretion. These books, if you haven't read them yet, they are very explicit.
Yeah.
Go into a lot of detail. That being said, there's a lot of spoilers. So this is a very big spoiler dump. So if you haven't read it yet, don't listen to this.
Yes.
Because we don't want to spoil it for you. You need to be on this journey in real time.
Yeah. We'll give a little spoiler alert at the beginning of every episode.
In case you
forget.
Are catching up with us as we're going along. So, but just be prepared. There's a lot of material in here. A lot of fun, crazy, smutty material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The segments. Do we want to talk about the segments a little bit?
So we have a couple that are going to be like all throughout each book that we do. I think one of them is going to be thriving and theorizing.
Yes.
with fantasy fiction, there's a lot of theories, especially for this Empyrean series, because not all the books are out yet. And there's a lot of theories that fans, especially on Book talk about. So we're gonna just do a little deep dive. We're not gonna go like crazy English writing class research paper thing into it, but we are gonna just kind of dive into our favorite theories, what we think is gonna happen, what we've read, and you know, all that fun stuff, so we could just kind of keep the story alive a little bit, keep it talking.
Think of it more of like your weekly book club, where we just kind of discuss our favorite theories.
It's basic, like the old women who would just gather together at a book club. It's just us with wine and a camera and a mic. Just a little different.
Another segment that we're gonna have is what we are calling Final Jam. Welcome to Camp Rock. Which is going to be where we talk about our favorite music and songs that we think fit into those sections. So
we are big fans of music. We're big fans of pop culture. We're big fans of anything like that's going on around these days. So hence literally obsessed. We're obsessed with a lot of different stuff. So bringing in this fun little element of music. I know when I was reading Fourth Wing, Brittany was putting me on a lot of playlists that were Fourth Wing related. So we're gonna go over those hopefully by like the chapters we're going over, because some chapters have one specific
they have songs.
And if you've read them or if you're currently read them, totally recommend checking these ones out when we get to that little segment, because it brings on a different element of the book. Trust me. I think that's most of the some of the segments we got going on.
I think so.
There's a couple in store, so you're just gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait and listen.
Definitely.
But yeah, should we go into what our book is? This our first book? I think we kind of already
said it,
but let's give it a little more.
First book is going to be Fourth Wing,
if you haven't caught that yet.
Rebecca Yarros.
Rebecca, love you, girl.
We love her.
Love you, our Swiftie queen.
What I like to say to sell the book, because I've told a lot of people to
She's
read
gotten
this book.
literally our entire friend group all in this book.
You're welcome, Rebecca. Half your sales are from me.
Brittany.
What I tell people when they ask what this book is about, I start off with like, oh, it's about like a girl. She goes to a war college. And then, you know, there's like lies and there's things that like they're not telling her. But then there's dragons and hot men. And like, what else could you want in a book?
No, and then she pulls up her phone with fan art of Xaden, who is one of the main characters of this book. You know. I don't even remember who made this edit, but
I follow them on Instagram because I loved it that much.
That's her selling point, is that picture for sure. Every time she's shown it, I feel like everyone's reaction is the same. They're like, done. Whoa. I actually already ordered it.
I have my mind. Actually already started reading it.
You started a fanatic fan group.
I think so. So Rebecca, if you want to be on our podcast,
please, we love you. We love your work.
If you want to give me an advanced reading copy of the third book,
please do it.
I will take it.
Yeah.
In our official first episode, we will be diving into the first 10 chapters of Fourth Wing. With that, we're going to be doing all of our different segments. So the Thriving and Theorizing, Final Jam. We will also be doing a book, author, and character breakdown, as well as a synopsis of what happens in those chapters. And our fave moments.
And some quotes.
And our quotes.
I read this book on Kindle, and one of the features is that you can write little notes and highlights. So we'll go over that. We have our Kindles right next to us now.
Yes, always.
So we'll get those ready for you guys and share our favorite little moments.
Yeah, so we just wanted to do a little intro episode to introduce ourselves, get you guys excited for what is to come. our first episode will be coming out on April
1st. It is not
So-
going to be a prank that day. It will be actually
for real.
released.
So we are super excited to see you guys there.
Yes. We are still kind of building our Patreon and like our link tree, anything like that. So on our Patreon, we will have
3 tiers.
3 tiers for you guys.
Yeah. First tier is going to be Discord access, which is kind of where we're going to have like our book club. We're going to put a lot of fun stuff on there for us to just all talk and have a fun community.
Yeah.
Second tier, we're still working on it right now, but it's
bit.
going to have some more fun options. And third tier will have even more options.
Yeah, so
we'll have all of the information in the notes or the description down below.
yes.
And you can also follow us
Yeah.
on Instagram and TikTok.
At
It's gonna
Literally Obsessed Pod.
Yes. And we'll have that information down below.
there too. So
as
just
well.
check it out. We're so excited for this whole journey.
Yes.
Literally, this was an idea we came up with like almost 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
And now we're finally doing it. So it's really
Yeah.
exciting. Thank you, besties, for coming and joining us. Hope you guys have fun. Read carefully. And cheers on.
We'll see you there.
We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.